Hey Grigor, so first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you had lost to Yanko 4 times in the past. So was that in your mind at all going into today's year?
Not really. Past is a past, and I knew that he's a very, very tricky opponent. I know how he can play. We had quite a few battles, as you said, in the past, and I just was looking forward to just play that match. It was the first match back for me at a slam, so I was just kind of happy to focus on my side and see where I was at.
We've spoken already about Andre. Can you take us through
how that relationship started? Who approached who?
How the relationship? At some point last year, I think mid through the year, me and Danny sat down to talk about our goals, objectives, and so on. And I've known Andre for a really long time, since I think I was 14. I've spent some time with him back in the past and in Vegas, and we just wanted to kind of add a person that has done a little bit of of what we're trying to achieve, and if there was one person that I could trust unconditionally, that was him. So we spoke with Danny, and ultimately both of us kind of reached out and seek for a little bit of help, and then step by step we developed our relationship, and next thing you know, he's sitting here watching my first match.
And Andre, of course, is one of the truly special men in our sport and has done so much beyond the game. Talk about what you've learned about him as a man, how he's impacted you.
As you said, he's done so much outside of the court, so I'm going to start with that. I'm just a better person, period. And on a daily basis, I learn something new from him, and sometimes even some of the things that he says, it doesn't really. It has nothing to do with tennis. Absolutely nothing to do with tennis. Even today before match, we're talking about a completely different stuff, and I was like, "Wow, that feels nice." It also keeps me. I think also keeps me on point, keeps me in check, and it's just trying to remind you the good things. I think in life, and of course on the court when we're together, we're really zoomed in, very focused. He's super intense on the court, and we're all like, on the same page. So that's really important. But the biggest thing that stands out is that I'm learning something every single day.
And can you take it just a step further? Is there one story or one incident that you could point to that was pure Andre Agassi?
Oh my God, no! Actually, I don't want to. I know I have a perfect one, but it's very personal. With time, I might share it, just not now.
Grigor, over the past couple of years, most of the players in the generation above you have had serious injuries, long time out. As from your perspective, when you see that, do you change your approach? Does it make you think like you should play less or try and...
Well, you already said it was a different generation, so everybody's done things very differently, I think, throughout the years, and it's very hard to, I'm no one to judge any of the other players or anything like that. We all have our own process of taking on, and whatever might work for some players might not work for me. So I think the best things that I've learned, I would say, throughout these years is that I've always been very focused on what I had to do on my side of the net, and even outside of the court. If something worked for a certain player, I know that I've tried it to see if it's going to help me, and it's not. For instance, if somebody's gluten free, that doesn't mean it's going to be good for me. So all those small components like that, when you add them up, I think I've found a great combination of working throughout with the whole team, and recovery, and I think also scheduling and so on. So I think things are going on the right path for me. I feel like I've improved every year physically, and I think that's a good thing. I haven't had any a major injury or anything like that. So that also helps a lot for sure. So it means that I'm doing something right.
I've got a political question. So there's a strong group in the player council who are looking to change the president. I just wondered if you thought they were representative of the feelings of the wider player body.
I think changing Chris Cromody will be one of the biggest mistakes. I mean, tennis is in such a good place. Everything has gone through so many like good and positive changes. I mean, I wouldn't do that. Absolutely.
Do you have any idea what the motivation is?
Sorry?
Do you have any idea what the motivation is behind it?
I've no idea. I mean, I've just recently heard about some, those things. I'm always staying away from that. But obviously, we've seen what he has done for the sport so far, and tennis has never been in a better place.
Any further questions?
Grigor, speaking of Andre, tennis players have the ability to hire, coaches and all of that stuff compared to other sports where they don't. The coaches are kind of above them in the hierarchy. Do you like having that power of your career?
Yeah, but he has to agree too. I mean, even if I want someone, it's got to be pretty mutual. I haven't thought of it that way, to be honest, till now. It doesn't hurt to reach out, simple as that, or to seek help in any way that you could possibly think you need. I mean, that's all. I mean, the decision was made purely because we all, the team, we really wanted to improve. We wanted to add something to maximize our potential on every corner, and yeah, I think reaching out was the right thing, and things are, as I said, things are going in the right path right now. So hopefully things stays like that.
How much have you mapped out the schedule with Andre, or is it
it's pretty up in the air, to be honest, like him traveling particularly. So we've spent about 4 weeks this off season together, so that was the best time I could possibly ask for. He's here right now. We will see how we're going to proceed with the further tournaments. Obviously, I think also it's good to have that distance and all that. I mean, still that Danny's heavily involved in everything, and to have that leadership from both ends is pretty good, and in the same time their understanding from one another is wonderful. I mean, I've seen them on the court, off the court, overheard stuff, so that's good. So yeah, I think we'll go probably months by months, and also probably target certain tournaments that we really feel like.
Have you had conversations with Gil Reyes?
Well, yeah, but I've known him forever. I mean, we speak even almost once a month, even for so many years. It's been a outside friend of mine since I started playing tennis, pretty much.
Last question, please.
So how did you, when you're 14 or whatever, how did you meet those guys?
My previous sponsors, so that was that. We had an opportunity to go to Vegas and work with them, and I was, I think, 14 or 15 years old, and we decided to give it a go. Went out there, and I've practiced through quite a few seasons out there. So the time I won was a pre-US Open, just before I won the US Open Juniors. So I spent quite a bit of time out there. I'm pretty familiar with with Vegas and everything that surrounds me there.